So my name is Riley Jones. I am an assistant professor of clinical medicine at the University of Florida. What is it like volunteering in Ukraine? So volunteering in Ukraine is a very rewarding experience. It has its moments where it can be intense, but it's a wonderful opportunity. So this training is important for the preparation against an unconscionable and devastating unconventional warfare. It can be very hard to imagine having to manage an attack with chemical weapons, and it can be very fear-provoking. Providing this training gives us the opportunity to see that there are manageable aspects and that patients can be saved, and equipping us with that information helps us to meet that challenge. So I would like to say two things about the conflict in Ukraine. Number one is that there is an amazing amount of courage that the Ukrainian population has shown, and they are putting up an amazing fight. I believe it's important for us to recognize as an international community that there is an awful lot more that we can be doing. It is very apparent in everywhere that I look that the Ukrainians are not willing to accept defeat, and they are and they're going to continue to fight. There are so many different ways that it is very patently obvious that we could be doing more. The second thing I'd like to say is that to me that this is a conflict of different ideologies, and that the Ukrainian fight is one that we are all involved with. This is one where we are defending the cosmopolitan principles of togetherness and inclusiveness, and shared civility against a very aggressive invader that has a different ideology and a different approach to the rest of the world. I'd like to see the war end in Ukraine. I'd like to see a unified Ukraine back to its international borders. I've volunteered with MedGlobal for several years. I started in Colombia just before the start of COVID. And when we were adapting to the COVID challenge around the world, that's where my experience as a mass casualty and hospital systems preparedness hospitalist became very important, and I was able to contribute those experiences and that knowledge base to help hospital systems around the world. As we saw the conflict spiral in Ukraine, we recognized that the same opportunity was there for us to provide our experience and expertise, and that's why I'm glad I was able to come to Ukraine.